Hi, I'm Susanna Rocco-Dillon, and I am sharing this poster information on innovative and interdisciplinary teacher education during COVID-19 on behalf of myself and my colleague, Dr. Leah Gowdy. Today's schools require teachers and related service providers to work collaboratively to achieve meaningful outcomes for students with disabilities. In order to be effective in their work, general educators, adapted physical educators, special educators, and related service personnel must work collaboratively to implement individualized education programs, including individualized physical education. This requires teachers to be knowledgeable about their colleagues' discipline as well as their own. Such knowledge, developed through pre-service training in higher education or interactions within the public schools, only occurs if individuals are provided opportunities to work together effectively and share information collaboratively during regularly occurring meetings. As effective communication among professionals from multiple disciplines does not occur by chance. Unfortunately, teachers without formal training tend to avoid collaboration with other professionals. As such, teacher education programs and those training related service personnel must integrate collaborative experiences into pre-service preparation that are based on models such as Bronstein's interdisciplinary collaboration model. Many teacher education programs, including physical education teacher education programs, experienced significant challenges to these interdisciplinary practices during the COVID-19 pandemic. During the pandemic of 2020, TWU's Adapted Physical Education Teacher Ed program leveraged the strength of its implemented interdisciplinary collaboration model with its partners in speech-language pathology to address challenges to collaboration. Through this collaborative relationship developed through Project Nexus, we were able to implement programming online and in socially distant face-to-face settings during the 2019-2020 and 2020-2021 academic school years. As Texas Women's University, personnel preparation in adapted physical education includes the formation of multidisciplinary teams wherein pre-service adapted physical educators, speech-language pathologists, special educators, board-certified behavior analysts or BCBAs, and/or registered behavior therapists or RBTs all work collaboratively to implement a variety of programming, both on campus and off campus adapted physical activity programming to be specific. And this programming is for school age children, including transition age students with autism spectrum disorder. Through this practicum, pre-service educators gain critically important hands-on experience working with students with disabilities. They also learn to implement multiple evidence-based practices as recommended by the National Professional Development Center and engage in authentic learning experiences with fellow special education service providers, i.e. speech pathologists. Additionally, the experiences provide much needed adapted physical activity programming for learners, particularly the transition aid students with disabilities. Featured elements of these interdisciplinary opportunities during the COVID-19 pandemic included asynchronous teaching, as can be seen in some of the top photos marked with a number 1, where our scholars zoomed into group home settings and into program settings and provided adapted physical activity programming. They co-taught synchronous online lessons together with APE and SLP and special education with early childhood students with developmental disabilities. They also engaged in professional learning community experiences via Zoom, shared consultation during socially distant face-to-face outdoor instruction, as can also be seen in the photos marked with a 1, and collaboratively developed and implemented special events, such as those marked with 3 and 4 in the photos on the poster. They also together collaboratively, that is the APE and SLP scholars, collaboratively together presented a virtual workshop. The special events were particularly successful. In the spring of 2020, we hosted a soiree, if you will, for individuals with autism spectrum disorder who were about to graduate from their transition program. We developed a 4-week program that combined social skills development, communication skills development, and social dance that was implemented and delivered by the APE and SLP scholars. The program culminated in a soiree where the students and the scholars came together to celebrate graduation, as well as use the skills they had practiced during the program. The other special event was what we called Pioneer Palooza, wherein APE and SLP scholars again collaboratively planned and implemented a one-day camp for transition age students with ASD. These physical activities were designed to provide ample opportunities for communication and social skills practice. The process of developing and implementing Pioneer Palooza provided a culminating opportunity for the scholars to demonstrate their flexibility in professional practice, reflection on professional practices and the process, and collective ownership of goals of conducting a successful event for the learners. We hope you find this informational as well as beneficial, and will join us for the live session at the OSEP Project Directors Meeting.